I think I got a good team, good squad. Of course, there's transfer window. We are definitely, how can you say, in the market, and we'll do everything we can to make the best possible and strongest squad ready for the 1st of September. So there's a few things in the air, as you say, along the way.
So, Kave, just Spurs after Eze?
I think Arsenal are interested in him, and he's been a long-term target for Arsenal too. I think when you've got a situation where the two big North London clubs are after the same player, they've both got to be even more careful than they are when it comes to trying to sign players, because they don't want to get into a situation where they get involved in a sort of bidding war, or their fans are encouraged to say, look, he signed for us, he turned you down. So they've got to be very, very sure that the player himself wants to move to them before they make any official bid. Now, if his release clause does expire on Friday, if I was a Crystal Palace fan, I would be hoping and praying that nothing happens until Friday, because if you get to a situation where that release clause has expired, then obviously that puts Palace and their chairman Steve Parish in a much stronger position, and he's got 2 years left on his contract, so they could afford to hold on to him for at least another season.
Right, hold on. Earlier in the programme, we were lauding Everton for going for it, going for Jack Grealish, getting Jack Grealish. Shouldn't one of those London clubs pay £68 million for the release clause and get Eze? James?
I think if I was in charge of a sporting director at a club like Tottenham or Arsenal, I'd be going straight after him. For Arsenal, they are prioritising sales right now because it's been a really busy window in terms of incomings. For Tottenham, I think they should be acting on this. If I was a Tottenham fan, that's one player I'd want through the door right now. They've got so many wide players right now, but in terms of number 10s, they're really lacking. Dejan Kulusevski is out for a significant period of time. James Maddison will miss the majority of the season. This is a player who's excelled so much in a Crystal Palace shirt over the course of the last few years. It's been amazing watching his development, a player who was rejected from the Millwall Academy. He went to QPR, impressed there, got the move to Crystal Palace, and we've seen him flourish, in particular over the course of the last 18 months under Oliver Glasner. He's one of the most gifted players in the Premier League. Technically, he can score goals, create goals. Jean-Philippe Mateta is very pleased to have Eberechi Eze as a Crystal Palace player. I'm not sure how long he'll remain as a Crystal Palace player, because he is just so good. They'd love to keep hold of him for another season, especially as it looks like Mark Gahey will depart. I think it looks like that will be the case because of his contract situation. But yeah, £68 million. It feels like really good value if the club gets it done this week.
So we know Spurs, one of the clubs interested in Eze. Spurs also pursuing Savinho from Manchester City. Where are we with this one?
Well, the interest in Eze, but in terms of Savinho, there's concrete movement here because Tottenham have approached City around signing him. Talks are underway between the two clubs. City do not want to sell him. They've only had one season with him so far, and there were some really bright sparks. I know he only scored one Premier League goal, but he created a number of chances for Manchester City, and I think they do have a number of wide options there right now. Savinho can play as a number 10. I think he's better off playing on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. He's a left-footed winger who plays on the right. We see that so often nowadays with the inverted wingers. So they are in the market for a 10 and a winger. And I think Thomas Frank, if he ended the transfer window with these two players, he would be absolutely delighted, because it feels like Spurs need something right now. There was a lot of positive momentum you felt at the start of the summer. Thomas Frank coming in, Mohamed Kudus, a bit of a punt, but we know what he can do. But with the injuries, Dominic Solanke, we've still not seen him so far this season. You can understand why, if they can get these two through the door. I feel like